Volunteerism makes the wheels go round. Volunteerism is what makes the wheels go round at the Naptown Roller Girls Derby bout. The Naptown Roller Girls, aka NRG, is Indy's nationally recognized roller derby team. They have been competing locally for 7 seasons now. Every season, Naptown hosts 6 home bouts, and they are entirely run by volunteers and league members. I was their bout chair for 4 seasons, so I thought it would be fun to be a volunteer for a change. Effective management of staffing and training volunteers is one of the most important aspects of a successful event. Since most events are primarily staffed and ran by volunteers, any disruptions or training flaws in this area will jeopardize the event. Staffing needs and requirements must be determined in advance. This allows adequate time for assigning and notifying volunteers and possibly modifying positions to work around scheduling conflicts. NRG posts on the league message board about 4 weeks out from the bout an availability request for all league members and volunteers. 2 weeks out, the job positions are assigned by the position coordinator and posted on the message board for the volunteers to see. If the volunteer or member cannot work their assignment, they must find their replacement and make sure it is covered. Sounds simple, right? Unfortunately, even with this plan in place, issues arise. I signed up saying I was available during and after the derby bout, so my assignment was to work the merchandise booth during the first bout. Great! This meant I could still watch the second bout and not have to stay late. However, the bout chair, aka event manager, learned that the regular score girl was unavailable at the last minute and needed to be filled. The position is not a highly trained one, but it does require a bit of roller derby experience and knowledge. Due to my experience in having filled this position once, they asked me to change jobs. This job still happens during the actual event time, so it didn't affect me as a volunteer personally, but it did cause the position coordinator to find or shift someone else into my former position at the merch table at the last minute. This, I am sure, is just one instance of that night's volunteer change made. Flexibility and a good working relationship with your volunteers will help the event operate without staffing issues. Rotating your regular volunteers through different positions will help maintain their excitement to volunteer as well as eliminate boredom. It can also help with their training. Most event training occurs on the job and must happen quickly. If the volunteer is familiar with the event, they often have a solid grasp of duties the position requires. Just like anything in life, if you don't like it or enjoy it, you won't do it again. Volunteering follows this rule completely. Derby volunteers are the ones who participate in or love the sport. I was a fan who eventually became a skater for a season. When I retired from actively skating, I volunteered as the bout chair so I could continue to show my love and support. A majority of our fans volunteer in some function of the event. Without their dedicated support, the event would not be possible. Even having been the bout chair for 4 seasons, it does not give you a good volunteer's perspective. I had a completely different view as a volunteer from that of event manager. I was dependent upon other volunteers to know where and when I was performing my job assignment. Also, since I had only done the score girl once personally, I watched it be done for 6 years. I had to figure out some of the job details as I went. The job position requires a girl on skates in the middle of the skate track flashing a whiteboard with the score for each jam. She is not alone in the middle, but skating with and around the reffing and NSOs, or non-skating officials. The 2 refs display the score by hand signals to me. I quickly write them on the board, then skate around the inside of the track to show the fans and scoreboard volunteers the score. Simple, huh? Not so much unless you were the volunteer who had held that position for 6 seasons. So I made several score mistakes due to misinterpretation of the hand signals, and even a few due to my math skills. Luckily, I did not collide with any of the refs, NSOs, or get taken down by one of the skaters. Graciously, my mistakes were overlooked or not noticed by the fans, and the experienced scoreboard volunteers ignored my scores and followed the ref's signals. Now, the scoreboard software shows the jam scores as well as the cumulative scores, so the score girl position is merely for entertainment of the fans, and I definitely provided that aspect of my position. Volunteering for an event I had managed myself for 4 seasons was a real eye-opener. I realized just because I know how the event should function doesn't mean I will succeed at it. Some thoughts on the stages of volunteer management are: recruiting volunteers needs to be directed more at what the event can do for them than what they can do for the event. While the latter is true, the volunteer needs to know they are valued by the event. Orienting and training of volunteers can be more successful if you yourself have personal experience in their positions. Often, one might need to assign a team leader to perform these roles to be more successful and make the volunteers more comfortable in their positions. Assigning of tasks is not a single person's role, but must have also constant and clear communication between all involved to be successful. My changing positions from merch to score girl could have caused a real headache at the merchandise table if the bout chair, the scheduler, and I hadn't communicated my changes. Recognizing of volunteers is critical when your event depends heavily on them. No one likes doing a job without a thank you. This can come in many forms, so one must make sure it is comparable to the position expectations and the time dedicated by the volunteer. I plan to volunteer more and offer to manage less for a while to help keep building my volunteer knowledge and skill base. More volunteer experiences will also help increase our effectiveness as future event professionals. Since all events are not alike, neither are the volunteer experiences. Volunteering and being involved in a wide range of events can help one learn and expand one's knowledge of what it takes for volunteers to succeed and enjoy being a part of these events. While it is impossible to be skilled in all events, it is reasonable to understand the mechanics of events and volunteers. Merely understanding what volunteers must go through and empathizing their frustrations will make one a stronger, successful, and more admired event leader.